Okay, and now we should be good to go.
And then the PowerPoint.
Yes, share screen. Sorry guys for the technical difficulties. Right. Um,
Okay, yeah, you're live. You are reflecting on the
okay,
YouTube channel.
now, okay. For some reason, okay, I'm so sorry guys for the technical difficulties. Let me go ahead and stop screen share. And for some reason, the PowerPoint is not, okay, let's do this. Okay. Well, hi everyone, and welcome back to another session. I'm so sorry about the technical difficulties that we've experienced. Hopefully everything goes smoothly from here on out. But thank you guys again for tuning in. Today we're joined by Dr. Golden, who's going to teach us all about cosmetic and family dentistry. So thank you so much, Dr. Golden, for bearing with us and joining us today.
No problem. Can you see me? Are we good?
Yes, we are good.
All right. So let's go ahead and start over. Next slide. So let's talk about who I am. I'm Dr. Joshua Golden. My Instagram handle is @thegoldendentist. I am a doc that is located in South Florida. Born and raised here, born in Miami, and I now practice north of Miami and Broward. The area is called Sunrise, and I'm the owner of West Sunrise Dentistry. This office is a PDS supported office. I don't know how much you guys heard of the other stuff, so I'll give you the spark notes. It's a DSO, which is a dental supported organization, corporate dentistry, if you guys may call it. But PDS is basically a partner that helps me, Pacific Dental Services. They help me manage my office. They take care of things like HR, IT, maintenance, admin things, things that can get a dentist down because there's so many things that go along with being a doctor. And most of us, we want to focus on honing our skills and becoming better practitioners. But we have to do that day-to-day stuff. So by partnering with PDS, I'm still in control. I'm still working with that day-to-day stuff, but I have someone that's helping me out with things like payroll and IT. If we have technical difficulties, all I have to do is really kind of press a button, submit a ticket. Somebody's helping us out and getting that going to ensure that we're operating at a high level. Next about me, I'm a father. I have two kids. Oh, sorry. I'm a father of two kids. I love my wife. I love my family. This is what I do it for. And then one of my huge passions is giving back to the community. In one of my cases, you're going to see something that we did for something called Serve Day. This is when my office, one day in August, we give back to our local community and helping them out. And we do a lot of good those days. And I'll talk more about that once we get there. And then finally, we want to leverage social media to educate and kind of help our patients understand that dentists are not bad. Dentists are not scary. There's no reason to fear the dentist anymore. I had a lot of patients, older patients, who tell me that dentists used to reach in their mouths without gloves. This was back in the 70s. And literally just kind of hold kids down and just traumatize the whole generation of people. So it's my job to dispel that myth and tell them that the dentist is fun and how many great things you can do inside the office also while taking care of your oral health. All right, next up, next slide. All right, so how I started. This journey was long. So for you guys, you're at the beginning of it. It takes a while, but it's well worth it. So for me, I started off at Florida State University, go Noles. Had a great time there. I graduated with a degree in exercise science, focusing on physiology because I wanted to know what was going on in the human body. At that time, Florida State had just recently opened up their med school. So I was kind of interested in family medicine, but wasn't 100% sold on it at that time. So then I did a summer program called SMDEP at Columbia University in New York. This program was focused between medicine and dentistry. The students had their choice of picking whatever courses they want to take, and I found myself leaning more towards the dental aspect. By that time, I was kind of looking around, and again, some of you guys probably have the same thing where your families kind of push you in one direction to do one thing or another. And it was like, I thought I really was going to do just general medicine, but I was finding myself really interested in this dental aspect of this summer program. That's what college is all about. You guys have to find what interests you and what helps you become the true you. It took for the dean of the School of Medicine at Columbia to spend an hour and 30 minutes with me in his office, explaining to me why dentistry would be a better fit for my personality. I didn't want to listen to this man, but he was so right. So after I finished up that summer program, I think I was probably in my junior year. I spent the entire year shadowing a general physician and a general dentist. And for that whole year, I was sitting there basically trying to talk myself out of dentistry because I wasn't ready to admit that I had found something that I loved and I needed to kind of learn more about it so I can move forward with it. So once that year happened and I finally chose dentistry because it was going to be perfect for me, I had to kind of scramble at that point, and I had to take the DAT. I had to do all this stuff. And I was actually about to graduate from college at that point. It took me so long to make this decision. So what I did was I kind of stopped what I was doing, graduated from college, finished that up, and then I started planning to apply to dental school. I wanted to make sure that I was a super strong applicant. So I also started to do a master's in dental public health, and I was a dental assistant. Doing both of those helped me see that I really was interested in dentistry, and there was no backing out at that point because now I'm spending an extra year kind of getting myself prepped and ready to do this new job. After about a year, got into USC, go Trojans, University of Southern California, amazing place. Thing about me, a lot of people laugh. I did my dental school at USC down the street from Staples Center. I'm a huge Lakers fan, so that was awesome. If I did get a break, I was going to see Kobe Bryant play, which was awesome. Then I did my residency in New York in the Bronx. I'm a huge Yankees fan, so I was not too far from Yankee Stadium, so I can go sneak and do some games. I even had a co-resident one time once we were finished with On Call. We ran over to a Yankee game. Those are the type of things that I want to do. I want to enjoy myself, and you guys should do the same. After I finished my residency, I moved back to South Florida with my family. I became an associate, and then now I'm an owner dentist. Next slide. What is general dentistry? So I know you guys, I've looked at some of the previous recordings and you guys have kind of gone over all this stuff, but I want to give you the basics so that you can always refer back to this. But in general dentistry, the main things that we're focused on is preventative dentistry, restorative dentistry, cosmetics, and then just overall health concerns. Preventative, having your patients coming in. That's when your patient says, oh, I'm just here for a checkup. Having them come in, take their x-rays, examine, seeing if there's anything abnormal, oral cancer screenings, that's super important. If a patient can continue to do that, twice a year, they can find out any major problems ahead of time and take care of it. Restorative, that's things like crowns, bridges, extractions, those are the heavy things that people hear of when they think of the dentist. And then cosmetics, that's when we're talking about whitening. I'm a big advocate of Zoom whitening. Zoom whitening is amazing. Me and my team, we've seen amazing results with that. Of course, cosmetic bonding and porcelain veneers. Everybody loves veneers. I think they're great, but nothing like natural teeth, guys. You can definitely whiten your teeth, adjust a couple chips, and your teeth could look just as beautiful as some porcelain veneers. And then overall concerns, our dentists were able to see if a patient has issues with diabetes. There's so much that you can do as a general dentist. Nutritional counseling, tobacco cessation. So there's a gambit of things you can do as a dentist. You just kind of have to find what your niche is, and it's an amazing career, and you can do so much with it. Next slide. All right, advice for college. These three things are pretty much set in stone. You guys already know if you're interested in a school, you know what GPA you're probably going to need. You're going to know what type of DAT score. So those top two things are kind of already written in stone for you. Do your research, go online, find out about the school. Once the world opens back up, even go explore the schools. I think one of the best things I've ever did was actually going and trying to talk to the students that were already in the dental program to kind of get a true sense of who the students were, who the faculty were. You want to do as much research as possible because one, this is a place that you're going to spend the next 4 years, and then two, you're paying for it. So you want to make sure that this is the right decision. So those things are set in stones. You can find that out online. You know what you need to do in regards to your GPA and the DAT scores. What's a good DAT score right now? I heard it's like 21. Go chase after it. Do what you can. Now, extracurriculars, that's next level. I was talking to some of my dental assistants who are actually interested in going into dental school, and I tell them all the time, these extracurriculars are what's going to help you become a better person overall. So that means speaking to patients. You learn those type of things by doing presentations in college. You learn leadership skills, which you're going to need to lead your front office team, your back office team. You learn that stuff when you're the president of an organization. So by getting out there and having those extracurriculars, yes, you're padding your stats. Your resume looks a lot better to these dental schools, but you're also learning skills that you're going to use in life. So the more you can be involved, that's awesome. But you also want to make sure that you're involved in quality things. So doing 10 clubs just for the heck of it doesn't really mean anything if you can do 3 quality clubs and really gain something from it. So that's the important stuff, and that's my advice for college. Next slide. All right. Most common concerns for patients when you guys are dentists, you're always going to hear, I want a cleaning. I have a toothache. I'm just here for a general checkup. Oh, I want to get veneers and whitening, or I want to get rid of this missing space right here. Those are normally like the top 5 things as a practitioner you're going to hear. And then as a bonus, something you'll hear is, does my insurance cover it? But with me, I have an amazing front desk. They can help me with that question. But these are the type of things that your patients are always going to kind of ask about, and you're going to be prepared to, help them solve that problem. When a patient comes in for a general exam, I tell my associate, you want to focus on what that patient's main concern. So if your patient comes in and she's telling you that I'm having pain in the upper right, I'm having a toothache, you don't want to talk to her about whitening. You want to focus on that toothache. So it sounds like common sense, but your patients are going to tell you what they want and need. And it's your job as the doctor to make sure you educate them and then lead them in the right direction and help solve their problems. Next slide. So then all the fun technologies. So again, I told you my office is supported by Pacific Dental Services. So some of the great things that I have automatically when I open my office is this amazing CEREC machine, which is to our, this would be my left, a CEREC unit. Yeah, that bad boy. I love the CEREC. So CEREC allows you to deliver a same-day crown. Same-day dentistry is amazing for patients because, let's be honest, we know they don't want to be at the dental office. They love us, they like us as human beings, but they rather be somewhere else. And especially in South Florida, they rather be at the beach or something else. So if I can go ahead, remove decay from a tooth and deliver a crown and save them from using that PVS, which they call the gookie stuff, and having them choke and dealing with that. And I can use this technology where I literally scan the tooth and then I fabricate it on that nice machine right here. And then I'm going to mill it in this and then deliver the crown in under 2 hours. That's a win. And that helps grow your business. So patients are looking for places where we can, provide convenience. Then the next thing we have is something called the Valscope. The Valscope is an amazing oral cancer tool. It helps literally, I say it is a LED light which illuminates the soft tissue, allowing us to see if there's any black eyes on the mouth or in the oral region. By saying it that simple for the patient, they know why you're shining this light. And then you can kind of see here a little black eye right here. And it's super simple, straightforward, nice little scan through the mouth, and you're doing your patient a service. And if you were to find something, then that's when you can go ahead and refer to your oral surgeon. Another great thing in my office is that we have multiple doctors in the office, not all at once. Each month, I have an oral surgeon who comes twice, an endodontist that comes about 3 or 4 times, and then finally, I have a periodontist who's amazing. He comes twice a month. And these specialists, we're able to work together and provide exceptional services for our patients. Next up on our screen, we have here our Zoom whitening, which I told you guys I'm a huge fan of. We were using another brand. I'm not going to bash them. We were not getting the results that we wanted. My hygienist, who's amazing, she wouldn't even really recommend whitening to patients when we were using this other brand because she wasn't confident in the results. The second we switched to Zoom and she started to see these bright white teeth and patients leaving so satisfied, her whitening numbers went up like crazy. And it's because it was a product that she believed in. So if your team isn't standing behind something that you guys are like working with, so if you have a certain toothbrush or something like that, you as a doc need to kind of take a step back and be like, okay, why aren't we believing in this product? And why aren't we able to provide this to our patients? And then that's when you do your research and you go find something that actually works. And then finally, on the bottom, you guys see the CBCT. That's something that I'm super excited about getting, hopefully by this summer. CBCT, guys, you can think of it as a scan that's going to allow us to see images in 3D. This is going to help take our dentistry to the next level. Something simple for CBCTs, let's say a patient comes in, they have pain, but you took your regular PA and bite wing, and then your panel also, and you're not seeing anything on there. There's nothing there. You take this CBCT, and then now you're seeing things in 3D, and then boom, right there, you can see a lesion. So CBCT is the way of the future. Once you guys are in dental school, you're probably going to learn so much more about that. I'll be an old fogey trying to, still catch up and figure out the information. But CBCT is definitely the way of the future, and I'm super excited to get that in my office. All right, next slide. All right, so I told you guys about all the cool technology. This is kind of an example of, I would say, an ideal day more than a typical day. So with my CEREC machine, I want to make sure that I'm utilizing this machine. The CEREC unit, like I told you guys, is able to cut and mill crowns. You can also scan for Invisalign. You can also, with the right software, you can also do dentures. So there's so much that you can do with this machine. So I'm showing you guys here a 9 to 5 situation. We're going to start on the first column. Can you guys see this over here? Perfect. All right. So I'm going to start off with the first column, kind of give you a little feel about what I'm thinking when I see a schedule like this. First thing I see the schedule, I'm excited. That means that I have patients that are coming in and excited to see me. So I start off with that first patient right there at 9 a.m. New patient, they come in, never seen them before. Patient tells my front desk that they need a lot of work and they think they need a root canal. Perfect. Oh, go back. Perfect. So they think they need a root canal. So first thing I'm going to focus on is that. I'm not going to bog them down and give them all this crazy information and try to like say, hey, you need this and that and this and that. No, you already told me what you needed. So I'm going to examine that area after we do our full set of x-rays. and I'm going to help you focus on that area. And we're going to go ahead and we're treatment plan for the root canal and the crown that you're going to need. So now I just went ahead, I prepped the tooth, I scanned it, and now I'm ready to hand that patient over to my endodontist who can do the root canal. And most days, my endodontist is in the office. So literally, I'm sliding that patient onto her schedule. So now we're producing for the office in two facets. I've done a crown and build up, and then my root canal specialist is going to do the root canal. So that's a win-win for the office. And let's go to our next person on this column. They need a crown. Again, that's what the CEREC machine's for. One simple crown, go ahead and prep that. I have my amazing assistants. I'm gonna give them a shout out because they told me they're gonna be watching. Walea, Cartier, Kendall, and Krista. They're gonna go ahead, they're gonna help scan that crown. And then I can go hop into another room and go do something else. So you see, it says inlay. With another assistant, I'm prepping that tooth. I'm gonna do the inlay, and inlay is like a puzzle piece. So think of it as a upgraded filling. I remove all the decay, and now we have a hole. Once we have that hole, we're gonna fill it with a ceramic piece, which is gonna be cut and milled by that machine that I showed you guys. And then we literally cement it in, and boom, person has a nice ceramic restoration to help fill that hole. The reason I like that over regular fillings is because with that ceramic piece, it's nice and solid and there shouldn't be any leakage. So you drop that ceramic piece into the hole, and the cement that you placed in is going to help seat up and seal that restoration. Okay. I told you also that we had another patient who's coming in for Invisalign. So we'll take an impression for that using our scanner. You can do that. And then finally, the third column over here, you see I wrote something that said CCX, and those are just checkup exams. So those patients, I want you guys to think of as like cherry on top. They could need root canals, or they could need nothing, or they could just need another type of cleaning, but that's cherry on top. So just in that morning alone, my office could produce, let's see, we had a crown, inlay, and Invisalign. That morning, you could produce $6,000. That could be about a nice solid $6,000 morning, because the two crowns, they're going to be roughly 1,000. The Invisalign is going to be roughly 3,000 or so. And then the inlay will finish us off. Plus we have our CCXs. So we'll call that a $6,000 morning. So that, guys, is exactly what you can do using your technology and leveraging the platform. I'll go through the afternoon kind of quick, and then we'll go to the next slide. So with the afternoon, another new patient, they told you that they wanted Invisalign and a cleaning. So that's easy. My hygienist, she works 2 columns. So she has in the first column a set of patients already ready to go for her in that first column over here, or on her schedule with her name. And then her second column, I can slide patients on if I have somebody that needs to add on to it. So if a patient needs a cleaning, most times when your patient comes in and tell you that they need a cleaning, they haven't had a cleaning for over a year. So then that's kind of probably putting them in the category of needing what you guys call a quote unquote deep cleaning. But we measure the gums, we'll evaluate everything, and most of the time they fall into that category. So right there with that 1 o'clock patient, we're going to count them as Invisalign. So we'll say that's roughly $3,000 plus the quote unquote deep cleaning they need. That's going to be $1,000 right there. And that's for my hygienist. Then we go over to our composites. Super simple. That's a few composites. You can call that about $500. Then we have in the third column right here, we need to do an impression for an implant crown. That's something you can also scan using CEREC. You can call that like $1,500. So just from those patients right there, that's 2,000. And then what did we do? Invisalign, so 3,000. So boom, that's 5,000 right there. So this technology can help you produce. It's there, it can be done. I don't even think I need to beat the dead horse anymore. But these are the type of things that we see when we set up our schedule. And if my front desk is setting up the schedule like this, trust me, I'm going to have a huge day. And then don't forget, sometimes you get emergencies that call in. And if we have little opening spaces right here, I can fit more patients in and help more people. All right, next slide. All right. So we talked about all of that. We talked about crown and bridges. We talked about quote unquote deep cleaning, which is actually called scaling and root planning. Whenever a patient comes in, I try to make sure that we use the proper terminology because we want to make sure the patient is aware of what they're getting done. And a lot of patients today are super smart. So they're talking to their insurance companies. And so I want to make sure they're telling the insurance companies the right thing. We talked about fillings. We also do implants. We do dentures. I know a lot of people really don't like removable pros, but it can it can help a lot of patients. But implants are where the future is. So I'm not gonna beat up dentures because I know some of my colleagues do not like dentures. Extractions are done, root canals, Invisalign, and then of course Zoom whitening. Shout out to Zoom. Next up. All right. So I cannot do this alone. These amazing people help me be at the Golden Dentist. I can't be that person without them. So we're going to start off. You see me standing next to Luigi. Luigi is my hygienist. That's Diana. She's super awesome. She actually started at the practice before me. There was another associate there before me. They worked together. But once I got there, me and Diana started working together and it was over. She is probably the best hygienist I've ever worked with. Don't tell her she's gonna get a big head, but she's awesome. I love her. Then we have King Cooper over here. That's my office manager, Jallison. She's amazing as well. She keeps my front desk rolling. She keeps things going, helping patients come in and out, answering tough questions, helping dealing with insurance claims, helping keep the staff in line. So without her, yeah, nothing could be done. Then the penguin right here, that's my lead assistant, Krista. She's awesome. She helps keep the back flowing. Super sweet girl. Everyone loves her. Then in the back, you have Cartier. This is the guy back here. Yeah, that's Cartier. Super bright guy. He's gonna be an amazing dentist one day. I literally teach him every day. I want him to, shine, and he is so caring. Patients love him. Then we have Gina, who's hiding at back here. She's what we call our benefits coordinator. She's amazing with patients. She gets case acceptance like nobody's business because she finds a way to connect with the patients and she wants to help them get the dentistry that they need. Behind her is my associate and partner, Dr. Tismaneski. Super sweet girl, works so hard, and she absolutely loves extractions. You would never think somebody that height is walking in rooms just yanking teeth right and left, but she loves that stuff, and she is going to be a great owner one day. And then we have Walea, my assistant here, Princess Peach, another super bright young lady. She is definitely going to be a lead assistant one day, if not, once she goes off to be a dentist as well. She's studying right now in school, super bright. And then finally, our newest team member is Wario, aka Kendall. Amazing organization skills. She helps keep my other assistants on track. I have an amazing team. I love every single one of them. I can't do my job without them. And when you guys are dentists, make sure you highlight and spotlight your team. If you see somebody's doing something well, let them know. We all go about our days, focus on a million things, but if somebody's doing something right, they like to hear it. So as soon as I see my team do something right, I'm letting them know. If I see Gina's accepted like 5 cases in a row, hey, kudos to you. Let me go get you lunch or something. Helping Jolly out, running the front and back. You want to do whatever you can to keep your team happy. I love my team. I wouldn't trade them for anything in the world. I truly appreciate them, and definitely the team I dreamed of when I was in dental school. All right, next slide. So case time. All right, so this is one of my favorite cases because this is something that we did during Serve Day. So one Saturday in August every year, we give back to the community. We normally assemble our patient pool on that day from patients we've seen in the past that couldn't afford dentistry, or if for this guy, we partnered with the VA and helped him out. But this is an amazing day to help people who necessarily couldn't get the dentistry that they need. This guy here, what we did was, that day I extracted the whole maxillary, and then we delivered an immediate denture. I did this case back in 2018. Patient still going strong, loves his denture, super hardworking guy, but something as simple as an immediate denture really changed his life, and helped him out. I remember after we extracted the teeth, we delivered the denture, we handed the mirror to him, and I saw a grown man cry that day. He had a little tear in his eye. He felt like, he was back. He felt like himself again. And that's what we get into dentistry about. And I was super, super proud to be a part of that moment for him. And then we walked him out to the front, taking pictures. And then his girlfriend, who was in the lobby at the time waiting for him, she catches a glimpse of his new smile, and then she starts crying. So those moments are like priceless, and you remember for the rest of your life. And so if I remember that, imagine how he felt. So I love this case. Again, all it was simple maxillary extractions. We took out all those top teeth and placed an immediate denture and changed somebody's life. Super simple to me, but life changing to him. All right, next case. All right, so this case was done, actually, what, in May during the pandemic when things were crazy. Patient came in. Of course, he was in pain. When we look at the first slide here, we're like, this is gonna probably be an extraction. Um, what I decided to do was remove the soft tissue with the laser that we have in the office to see exactly where everything ended. And this is what our second picture looks like. So I see that, all right, I have enough room to draw a nice margin so I can put my crown on. And we definitely can see the pulp right here, which is the heart of the tooth. So he needs a root canal, build up, and crown. Lucky for him, that day, my endodontist was actually in the office. So what I did was cleaned everything up, got it nice and neat, handed over to her. She did the root canal, and then he walked out same day with the third picture right here with his crown on. So again, this is the power of same day dentistry, and we're working together with our specialists to provide services to the patient. Again, another girlfriend waiting for him to come in. She came in masked up, just to kind of check on him, and saw that we had repaired this tooth and not just extracted it. And she was happy, and she thanked us for helping him out. Another really great patient. So I love these type of cases. All right, next slide. Uh, Advice. This actually kind of helped me get through dental school. Um, Nice Bible verse. Whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. So you guys right now are trying to, be dentists, and you're working hard, and you're praying to, whoever you may pray to, but you're asking for something, but you have to believe that it's going to happen. So you pray, you do what you need to do, and you go work hard and you make it happen, and just know that whatever you believe in, whether it's God or whatnot, it has your back, and it's going to help you propel to where you need to be. So that's the most important thing. All right. Next slide. All right. Hey, we did it. I don't know where we are on time, but I had a lot of fun doing that. Again, my social medias at the Golden Dentist. This week, guys, if you go look on my page, we're giving away a free $50 Target gift card. All you need to do is literally like the picture and follow the Golden Dentist, and just let your friends know about what's going on. This is kind of my holiday giveaway because my son loves Target. We were in Target, and I was like, you know what? I want to give back to my friends on social media, and then boom, there you go, holiday giveaway born just like that. So Any questions, comments, concerns? I enjoyed myself. What about you guys?
Yeah, I liked it. And we have quite a few questions from the chat. So the first one, what made you attend NYU for residency?
It was actually Montefiore. I did my residency at Montefiore because one of my mentors at dental school actually went to Montefiore. She gave me such a glowing recommendation. I thought she was lying. I'll be honest. I was like, this place can't be this great. So that summer, me and my wife were planning to go to New York anyway. And again, it's like I told you guys, do the research. So we were going to New York anyway. We went over there, checked out the program. The program director, her name, she's still there, Dr. Newsom. She was so nice to me. I'm like, why is she being nice to me like this? She set up something where one of her residents took me on a tour. She also spent time talking to me, telling me about how great the program was. And if I was interested, she'd put my application towards the top and make sure that, things go right. Super nice lady. I think my mentor probably even told her I was coming, so maybe that's why she was so nice to me that day. But it was a great time. Everybody at the program seemed to be happy. They are kind of like a clinic-based residency, so you spend your time in this clinic seeing patients like you would in real life, and that really made me excited because that's what I wanted to do. So it was sold from that day. I didn't tell her that, but from that just one day with them, I had already decided I was going there. Plus, it was down the street from Yankee Stadium.
So how did you prepare yourself for the more business aspects of dentistry?
Practice. So with PDS, once you become an owner, they do this thing called, I think it's called owner ice or something like that. So we went out to California for a week and they kind of like helped guide us on like what we were going to expect. And they gave me this kind of like new owner playbook and I devoured it. Like to this day, I still kind of go back and read through my notes and I just tried to learn as much as I can and also mentors, other docs that are within the PDS organization. I picked their brain. I think I probably harassed so many people trying to learn more, but all you need to do is just like pick up the phone or send a text message or Instagram DM, and people will talk to you for the most part and kind of help you out. But I learned it all from just trying to get as much information as I can. And plus, that little playbook really helped me out a lot.
So someone in the chat is asking you, how old were you when you hit all those milestones of graduating from college, graduating from dental school? What was the timeline and how did it differ from your peers?
I graduated college at 22. I was normal there. Dental school, I was 28, I think. Um, I think I was 28. And what was the other one? What was the other question? Others milestone?
Residency?
Residency. I was 28 in residency. It doesn't matter about the age. Get out of college, take care of what you need to take care of in college, and then find a way into dental school. I had classmates, and I didn't even know it, but one of my really good friends who was in a class under me, this guy was probably like 32, and he was in the class under me, and I didn't even know. And I was like probably like 26 at the time, and we were just kicking it like normal people. But there are older people in dental school. It's okay. Don't discriminate against age. We all have our own different journeys. The age doesn't really matter. Just focus on what you need to focus on. If it takes you a little bit more time, no problem. Nobody's really looking at how old you are. It doesn't matter. And I had classmates that were my exact age, and they had like 4 kids. They were Mormon, but they have kids and families. So everybody is on their own different journey. Don't worry about the age, just do it.
Some good advice there. With COVID-19, it's been hard for a lot of students to secure shadowing positions.
Mhm.
Do you have any advice for them as to how to approach the dentist or how to ask?
Slide in their DMs. Just slide in their DMs. I think with how many docs are now on social media, that's probably the easiest way, because now you don't have to call their offices and like do a cold call and then you're stopped by the office manager. Like my office manager is not letting phone calls get to me. She needs me in the back working. So she's not going to let you through to me. But if you literally slide in the DM, let them know that you're interested, once the world's back to normal, if they can help set something up for you, then they'll set it up. Worst case scenario, let me know where you are, slide in my DM, and then I might have a friend in that particular area. That's one huge advantage of me working here in South Florida, residency in New York, dental school in California. I know somebody somewhere. Maybe I can help you out. So send me a message. Maybe I can help you.
Cool. Thank you for that. Um, how's your work-life balance?
My work life balance is crazy, but that's because I'm out here. I want to be the best, simple and plain. I'm working hard every day. I have an amazing wife, so she really kind of makes sure that I try to keep that life balance really well. So um, I'm trying to make sure that I have some weekends off so I can spend time with my wife, my 5 year old, and then I have a 9 month old now. So I don't want to miss out on too many moments, but my wife helps me out a lot with that. And my office manager, she has kicked me out of the office a little bit to make sure I go play with the baby. But definitely using my team to help me get to where I need to be. But they've told me I'm a workaholic, but I don't believe them.
Um, what is one thing from your undergraduate years that you think helped you prepare for dental school the most?
That SMDE program, that summer program at Columbia, literally, I was exposed to so much and I didn't even know it. Like to this day, I still think it's weird that the dean of a dental school spent time with me talking to me about why I should go into dentistry. So, you guys, if you're doing, summer programs or even just programs around your school once the world opens back up, you can learn a lot from them. So that really, really helped me out.
In regards to the second case, how long did the case take from start to finish?
Um, it was all done in probably 3 or 4 hours. There was a little holdup with the endodontist because we literally slid the patient into her schedule. So the biggest holdup was trying to get the endo done. But for crowns, like I told you guys, from start to finish, me and my assistants are delivering crowns within hour and 40 minutes, depending on how wide the patient opens their mouth, if the machine wants to act up a little bit, but yeah, we can make it happen quickly.
On that note, how much of a financial investment is a CEREC machine?
With PDS, it comes with the office. They literally open up these offices $1 million in debt because they want to make sure that our office is super modern. But I think if you're buying it from a vendor, you can get a CEREC machine for 180K, 200K. But why do that when you can join, my crew? So and you didn't pay anything out of pocket for that.
So, what made you go the corporate route?
I did private practice. All right. So when I came from residency, I ended up working in a private practice office and they weren't very organized because they weren't prepared to have an associate. And then when it comes to trying to find another job, everybody wants to have someone that has experience 2+ years basically. So the only places are hiring are corporate because they're giving young docs a chance to work. Don't be turned off by the word corporate. Every place is different. The thing with PDS, I like to think of them as kind of like a franchise situation. They're not that involved in the overall practice on a day-to-day basis. So that allows you to put your own stamp on things. Like my office is my office. There's no office that's like West Sunrise Dentistry. Nobody's rocking music like we're rocking. Nobody has the assistants that we have, front desk that we have. Like we have our own personality. So my office totally different. Like people wouldn't even know that West Sunrise Dentistry was a part of said corporation, because we're leveraging the platform. We're using all the amazing things that come from this organization, but we put our own stamp and brand on it, and that's what makes us who we are.
How did you prep for your dental school interview?
My wife. I literally wrote like a list of questions I thought they would ask me and just kind of role played with her. And I went over my resume like a million times to make sure that, anything that they can ask me, I could, like spit it out to them and be like, oh, I did this because of this. But yeah, my wife and going over things on my own.
Do you have any advice for current undergrad students who are looking to work in a dental office?
Depending on what state you're in, I would say see if you can become a dental assistant. That's the easiest way through the door. And then as a dental assistant, you get all the experience that you need. You learn so much, and then you'll be ahead of your peers once you get to dental school because you already know how to take x-rays. You already understand the lingo. You already know the materials. So I would say try to become a dental assistant if possible.
Technology-wise, where do you think dentistry will be in about 10 years?
Crazy. 4D dentistry, uh, possibly, robots helping assist. I'm sorry, guys. But there's so many things that, can change in a matter of years. But dentistry is going to be at the forefront of it because dentists love technology. So we're always dabbling in it.
Do you see yourself becoming a private practice one of these days and being the owner?
No, I am the owner of my office. So I'm already an owner dentist. I just
Maybe
partner. Yes.
maybe I should have clarified as separate from any kind of corporate or franchise influence, I guess you can say.
No, no influence from them. Everything is me.
Okay.
I'm actually looking to probably purchase another office to partner with PDS. So then I'll be a multi-practice owner.
Okay. What is your favorite case to perform?
I love anterior crowns. One, easier to access because you're right there. And then the final result blows patients away when they see, how their teeth look at that moment. So yeah, I would say probably anterior crown preps.
How do you handle difficult patients?
That's easy. All the training that I went through back when I was a college student. So all of the things that you guys are going through is basically teaching you how to prepare for difficult things that are coming your way. So all the headaches and things like that, you just learn how to kind of sidestep craziness and then direct people where they need to be. So literally just make sure you are honest and upfront. And if it's extra craziness, you sidestep it and also use your team. Your team will help you deal with crazy patients as well, because that patient might be crazy to you, but for maybe your front desk, they can kind of create some type of connection and they'll calm down and you can work with them that way.
What advice can you give to students who are worried about student loans?
You're gonna have debt. That means you want to get out here, start working so you can pay off the debt. You're going to have it no matter what, unless you have a family member that's going to be able to help, pay off that debt. But I'm sorry to say, you're going to have it. But that's going to motivate you to work harder so you can pay it off quicker. So you're not dealing with interest or as much interest.
Do you recommend that future dentists accept all kinds of insurances or just a select few insurance types?
Probably a select few. There's some insurance plans that are not dentist friendly. At my office, we accept all PPOs, but we accept about maybe 3 HMOs. Off the top of my head, I can't even remember what their names are. But be selective. Some of the plans that are out there, no, they're not dentist friendly. Sorry, guys.
Someone in the chat is asking, do you offer shadowing at your office?
When the world opens up, yes.
You've practiced in a lot of different places, well, trained also in a
Mhm.
lot of different places of the United States. Have you noticed a difference in patient personality depending on the region?
Um, LA patients, for the most part, were a little bit more laid back. My New Yorkers were a little more aggressive. And then my South Floridians, they tend to be a little bit late sometimes. So I would say that would be kind of the common trends that I see. But at the end of the day, they're all nice people.
How has COVID-19 affected your practice?
Um, when we were in the thick of things in the beginning, we had to shrink our staff um, because the office was running a little bit slower because of course everyone was more afraid and no one was coming outside. So then we switched our practice to an emergency only practice, and from there we actually grew. All those emergency patients started telling other people, and word of mouth grew and helped our practice just rise up, and we were able to bring our team back, and we've been working nonstop since what we opened back here in Florida May 4th. We've been working nonstop since then.
What do you think is the biggest challenge dentists are facing right now and might face in the future?
Right now, COVID-19, trying to make sure that everyone's being compliant. So making sure that every area is sanitized properly, fighting to get PPE. I know just last week alone in my office, our glove order was delayed. So we ran out of medium sized gloves. So we were either using small or large. And then after that, we ran out of large. And then order finally came. So it's like we're dealing with fighting for PPE, which is being redirected to other places as well. So that's one of the biggest struggles right now.
What do you wish you had known about dentistry before you entered it?
It is definitely hard work. It's hard mentally and physically. We as dentists are perfectionists, so we're trying to make sure that everything is A1 all the time. So you're looking at every little detail. And then on top of that, when you're working, I know I have some colleagues that already have, like, back issues. So that means that we have to make sure we take care of ourselves and work out, strengthen our muscles. But it's hard, but it's worth it. There are days I leave the practice feeling so fulfilled, and it's like I'm so happy that I'm actually in this profession.
Okay, cool. That is all the questions that I have on my end.
Okay,
All
awesome.
right, awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Golden. Your presentation was very informational, and I loved all the cases that you had. It was really interesting to see,
Thank you.
especially.
I hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to make sure that I know right now a lot of people are doing finals, so I want to make this a little fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Um, this is me all day, every day. Follow us on Instagram. I'm here to help you guys. If you have questions, I answer my DMs. I know it's tough right now, but you guys are doing a great job with this dental shadowers. This is awesome platform for you guys to kind of get out there and find out about dentistry. I wish I had this back in my day. But once the world open up, guys, definitely get out there. Let the world know that you're here and that you're trying to get into this profession. Work hard at it and make it happen. You can do it. If I did it, why can't you?
Thank you again, Dr. Golden, and thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. And I hope your finals are well, if you guys are taking finals this time around. The quiz to the, I mean, the link to the quiz will be posted on the YouTube live stream chat and also on the group me and also on our link tree. So make sure you guys click on that. And as always, follow Dr. Golden on Instagram and make sure you guys tune in for our next session, which is this Thursday, December 12th. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Desiree,
Thank you, Dr. Golden.
can you leave it open for a little bit? My chat froze, so I can't paste the quiz.
Okay.
Right.
Yes. Okay. We'll leave the live stream open for a little bit, you guys, while we try to get this.
All right.
And thank you guys so much for bearing with us on the technical difficulties. We had a rough start in the beginning.
I think we finished strong though.
Yes.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Golden.
Take care.
You too.
The quiz should now be in the chat.
Okay. So the quiz is on the chat, guys, and also the link tree and the group me. Thank you guys for joining, and I hope you guys tune in on this Thursday. So.